Led Zeppelin at 98 won the max. It's Danny and Country Corey with bad news this morning.
Yes, Colin Powell, former Joint Chiefs Chairman and Secretary of State, has died from COVID-19 complications, according to his family. He was 84 years old, and I can remember this like it was yesterday. In 1989, Powell became the first black chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. In that role, he oversaw the U.S. invasion of Panama and later the U.S. invasion of Kuwait to oust the Iraqi army in 1991.
And pictures of him that are really recent. Man, he looks fantastic. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in the 90s.
That's right.
So our thoughts and prayers are with the Powell family at this time. We were talking about the Tennessee Ole Miss game over the weekend. Everybody throwing stuff. Tennessee was all mad. Buddy of mine called in and said this. So he's going to stand by the cheating. In the meantime, we were looking for Arkansas and Ole Miss fans to either confirm or deny.
Oh, right.
And so we got some text messages. It was many calls that were terrible. Ole Miss had injury after injury. This was not anything that has not been done before. Look at the 2019 game at Oxford. Apparently they did it then too. And then some guy gave us a link to a video showing Lane Kiffin and another coach telling a player to go down and stop the clock. I'm an Arkansas fan, and yes, they did it last week multiple times, especially when we would get to the end zone.
Well, I mean, that's part of the, I would think, strategy, right? If the NCAA is not going to put any rules on it or have any penalties, wouldn't that be just a strategic way of?
Then it's fair game, right?
Unless, I guess it's an unsaid rule. Is that right? Is that gentlemen? In football, there's nothing gentleman about it.
901-535-9898. Good morning. Wow, I had no idea the coaches coached that way.
Well, Iowa coach last week, he said he smelled a rat with the Penn State players and faking the injuries. He also said that he has several members of his staff who have worked at programs that use code words to indicate when players should stay down. If you ask me, I think it comes from the top. And who started all this? It's got to be Belichick. Gotta be.
Gotta be Bill
That's
Belichick.
so up his alley.
Gotta be Bill Belichick. One guy wraps it up for us. As an Ole Miss fan, I don't like Lane Kiffin. Anyway, Tennessee, take the L. Go on to next week. That's about all you can do, right?
Yeah.
Not like they're going to change the game.
Or go buy an Ole Miss T-shirt. Again, I bought a Texas A&M shirt. It looks great.
Eric Hasseltine on the new season for the Grizzlies just after 8.
What's up? How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I saw that you guys were. Yeah, there's a strange number on the temperature. It looks like it's not a 7 or an 8. It's something lower than that, and it's bullshit. No, hell no, man. This is wrong. No, this is. She's still at the beach. I get it. Yeah, well, hey, you're not the first. You won't be the last. Cool. Good morning. All right. Shit. We got back late Friday night from Chicago, just watching football and hanging out with my son, and pretty much that's about it. Catching, letting him pitch to me and playing catch, and that's about it. It was a great day, actually. Yeah.
Eric Hasseltine is the voice of the Grizzlies and is joining us right now. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, guys.
How's everything?
What's that now?
I said, how is everything?
Oh, I just kind of broke up there for a second. Yeah, it's already great technology. Everything's good. Just excited for opening night in a couple of days. Hopefully it'll go better than my phone's working right now.
Now, what can we expect out of the Grizzlies this year?
They've looked good. When they played their top tier rotation guys, and it's preseason, so you have to play everybody, but they played really well. And I think it's going to be exciting. I think John Morant's ready to take another step forward towards, supplanting himself in that talk of top point guards in the league. Jaren Jackson looks really good right now. And our second-year guy, Desmond Bane, had a terrific preseason. So it's exciting. They play fun basketball. They share the basketball. It moves fast. They shoot a lot of three-point shots, but they play up and down the floor and get after it on defense as well. So I think they've got a chance to be fun to watch. The West in the conference is really, really tough, but I think they'll compete and they'll be fun to watch just about every night out.
All right, they just waived Chris Dunn. What does that mean for the team?
Well, they kept a guy named Sam Merrill. Chris had some issues with his health and some things he has to take care of, and Sam Merrill came in and got a start in Indiana in our second to last preseason game and scored 30 points and showed he can really shoot the basketball. And in today's NBA, that's a valuable commodity to have on your bench, is a guy that can come down and, change the momentum of a game with a three or, a couple of threes. And he's got one of the purest shots on the roster. So that's the way the game's kind of played today. And Chris doesn't quite have that capability from the outside. He'll pick up with somebody, I'm almost positive, but his style of play doesn't necessarily fit what the Grizzlies do right now, the way they play.
Now, the Grizzlies are opening the season against the Cavaliers on Wednesday. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's correct.
What are our takeaways from the win in Chicago?
Oh, they lost in Chicago.
I mean, they lost in Chicago. My bad.
It was the takeaway was when the two teams' top players played, it was right down to the wire, and that's a team in Chicago that's going to be very much in the thick of the Eastern Conference playoff picture. So the takeaway was their end of the bench was better than ours at the end of it, but and that the pizza after the game was delicious. But no, the guys look ready to go more than anything. And after they had a night off in Indianapolis, to come back and hit the ground fresh and be aggressive, and Jaren Jackson shot the ball incredibly well in that game. They look ready. I mean, they're ready to go, and I think everybody's ready for games to matter and to count and be able to play those regular minutes. And the addition of Steven Adams is going to be a big deal for this ball club.
The season opener is at the FedEx Forum on Wednesday at 7 o'clock against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Eric Hasseltine, the voice of the Memphis Grizzlies. Thank you, brother. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys. Welcome back from vacation.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Coming up in just a bit, I got a Halloween pumpkin hack that will blow your mind, Danny.
Oh, really?
You got any jack-o'-lanterns ready to go?
Man, I'm so behind with Halloween now that we left town over fall break. Usually we're at home and get everything set up, but I got nothing.
That's what I did this week. Got Halloween set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, got my evil clowns and inflatables and everything set up. Got me a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Cut the top off the pumpkin. Here's a hack that you
Yeah.
may not know.
Yeah.
The carpenter's got drills, right?
Yep.
And there's a mixing thing, like for your mixer.
Yeah.
Put it on the drill.
Oh, and just pull.
Cut the pumpkin open, stick that bad boy down in there, and then dump all that stuff out. No scooping necessary.
Pretty good.
Huh? How about that? Can't promise that the drill's going to work after that, but
Oh no, we use the drill on all of our carving and everything.
carving.
Yeah, of the
Do
pumpkin.
tell. You just like the holes. And
Yeah, and then
cut
like
it
a
out?
little what do you call it? Saw. Like a little
like a jigsaw,
Sure. No, it's
a miter saw, chainsaw,
no, it's
table saw,
no.
bandsaw. She's rolling her eyes at me.
Yeah, it's just like a little hand saw that you can like for edges and like making circles and
A jigsaw.
yeah, but that seems big. It begins with an R. I don't know.
Okay, a router.
There you go.
Really? Use a whole ass router on that thing?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, sure. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we've got all kinds of tools.
I figured you were making, those fancy ones that you don't cut it all the way. You just kinda
Right.
cut the skin off and have like the Mario or whatever on
I've
it.
done that before.
I have too. I made a Death Star one time from Star Wars. It looked really cool.
Yeah, we used to have before kids came around and ruined everything. We used to have a pumpkin carving contest like party.
Oh wow, that'd be fun.
But now kids want to be involved and there's knives and you can't do it. And
Kids.
you're right. So we just have crappy looking ones now so that they can do it.
Maybe they'll learn one day, and you can go back to having the fancy ones. You can get your Cruella pumpkin on, or
I
something.
usually have an Alabama one, but this year I've got A&M. It's perfect. I've got their logo down.
You're so stupid.
Yes, I speak.
Mind was blown over the weekend, Danny. I found out that Oktoberfest is basically just pumpkin spice beer.
Really?
Yeah. It was devastating.
Like the whole fest?
The whole festival. No, I got some Wiseacre Oktoberfest, and I was like, oh, this is delicious. And I'm like, hey, Margot, my wife, try this. And she tried it, and she's like, tastes like pumpkin. I'm like, there's no pumpkin in Oktoberfest. Yeah, that makes sense. So I Googled it, and I looked it up. There's pumpkin pie spice in it and pumpkin in it.
Really?
So Oktoberfest beer is basically basic white boy beer. Here we are.
But all of them don't have that.
I mean, I looked at what I considered to be a standard Oktoberfest recipe. A standard recipe. I mean, it may be different from brewery to brewery, beer to beer, but in general, it's supposedly pumpkin beer.
According to European Union regulations, only beers brewed by 6 breweries can use the label Oktoberfest.
Wow, Wiseacre is on a pretty good list there. Sam Adams is on there. I mean, everybody's got an Oktoberfest these days.
Right. It's supposed to be like real champagne can only technically come from the Champagne region of France.
Well, how about that?
All other breweries must call their seasonal lagers Oktoberfest style beer. So did it say Oktoberfest style beer?
I don't recall reading the word style. It may have been in a very small font. Oktoberfest style beer.
Now, why would that says it hasn't stopped American brewers from using the terms like Oktoberfest?
Hell no, it hadn't. We're going to use whatever terms we want. It's a free country.
Fest beer?
Festival beer? Or fest beer?
Fest beer, yeah.
That doesn't sound very appetizing.
To further confuse things, American breweries will often see beers with punny variations such as Oktoberfest.
Okay. So is the official Oktoberfest spelled OK, Tober, or is it spelled regular October?
Okay. The official.
Okay. So it was spelled like that on the can. So
they're coming to get you.
Oh boy, the Oktoberfest police are coming. Hide out, Wiseacre. Hide out. There's some supply chain issues we thought that we should tell you about on the end of this.
Oh yeah, the pumpkins?
Yeah, the pumpkins. Yeah. There's a pumpkin shortage.
Don't panic. But yeah, there is some pumpkin shortage because of weather conditions, shipping issues, and fungus.
Ugh.
Fungus in some areas. But wait.
What? There's a pumpkin shortage? How can that be? I mean, just because there's pumpkin spice latte and pumpkin spice pancakes and cookies and Jell-O and ice cream and English muffins, cotton candy, yogurt, pretzels, pumpkin spice hot cocoa mix, pumpkin spice almond flour, Pop-Tarts, marshmallow, Kit Kat bars, Cheerios, pumpkin salsa, pumpkin tea, pumpkin oatmeal, peanut butter pumpkin, donuts, Twinkies, Pringles, hummus. There's even a pumpkin spice latte burger, pumpkin spice beard oil, deodorant, cream cheese, dog shampoo. Gee, I wonder why there's a pumpkin shortage. This message brought to you by the Department of Unnecessary Hype, also known as Duh.